I'd like to call a meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, please make a note that Councilman Gardner is not here tonight. Everybody else is present. Old business, item number 1 is approval of minutes. The regular meeting minutes of March 21st, 2024 were provided for review, so I need a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of March 21st, 2024 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Call a roll.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Motion passed. Audience participation. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda? No takers. Presentations. Item number 2 is Sexual Assault Awareness Month proclamation. I'll have some help presenting this. Pete?
Just gonna say.
Sexual Violence Awareness Month proclamation. Whereas sexual violence is a widespread, preventable public health problem, and the problem crosses all economic, racial, gender, educational, religious, and societal barriers. Sexual violence is any sexual act that is perpetrated against someone's will, which includes sexual assault, rape, unwanted touching, threatened sexual violence, and verbal sexual harassment. All types of sexual violence involve victims who do not consent, are unable to consent, or refuse to allow the act. Over half of women and nearly 1 in 3 men experience some form of contact sexual violence in their lifetime. 1 incident of rape is reported to Kansas law enforcement every 7 hours, 19 minutes, 6 seconds. Over 5,300 people receive services for sexual assault from Kansas victim advocacy organizations each year. These statistics do not represent the true prevalence of sexual violence due to underreporting, and victims should have help to find the compassion, comfort, and healing they need, with access to medical, legal services, counseling, and transitional housing. It is important that we strive to create strong, connected communities that take care of one another and make decisions to ensure the safety and well-being of others to end sexual violence. We encourage victims to seek free and confidential assistance from the Alliance Against Family Violence hotline, and that number is 913-675-7217. Therefore, Mayor Anthony McNeil and the City of Lansing do hereby proclaim April 2024 as National Sexual Violence Awareness Month in the City of Lansing, Kansas.
New business. Item number 3 is Citizen Academy graduation. This year marks 14th annual Lansing Citizen Academy. The Citizens Academy provides an interactive experience for participants to learn about the functions and responsibilities of the city departments. Participants meet with the mayor and the city staff members and learn about ways to volunteer on city boards and commissions. So I will be giving out the plaques for this year's graduates.
You guys come up here and stand here and get some photos too.
email them the pictures. We can email them the pictures too.
You want to put the Lansing City behind them, just up on the screen. You want to have that in the back? Yes. Oh.
Everybody look this way. Yep. Smile.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Future participants.
Isn't that
I'll just say a few words. This class was one of the largest classes we had, 9 graduates, so that's pretty big. They were all honor graduates, evidently. I hope you all got a better idea of how the city runs, because a lot of people don't out there. So it really does help when we get more people to come into the academy and get informed on how things actually run in the city. Also helps you explain stuff to your neighbors who might be complaining about stuff. So it's all good. We do like the feedback we get from you guys who participate in the Citizen Academy. We try to roll that into the next class, and if there's any major issues that we said, man, that's a good idea, or yeah, why do we do it that way? Because we have got a couple of those comments that we've fixed. So really appreciate you guys putting in the time. I know it's 6 months? Yeah. So thank you, and when we get a board opening or some kind of tasker, we might be hitting you up. Yeah, I know they're always available, so don't be surprised if you get a call. But we really do appreciate you guys coming, so thank you so much. Okay, item number 4, and you don't have to sit through the rest of this if you wouldn't like to. I know you probably sat through enough stuff already. Up to you.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Item number 4 is a MARC funding application for 4-H Road. Mid-America Regional Council has issued their call for projects for upcoming round of federal, suballocated funding. The city is looking to submit an entire road corridor, including the roundabout and 10-foot multi-use trail as a complete street to MARC for suballocated STP funding. The construction cost for this project is estimated to be $5.6 million in 2019. The LRTP has projected the cost today of $8.74 million. Using the 30% local match, construction expenditures would be approximately $2.6 million to the city. Additionally, engineering design and property acquisition is the burden of the applying jurisdiction, and with a recommended budget of about $800K. Local cost would begin in 2025 with the construction cost anticipated in 2027, if approved. So I need a motion to direct staff to submit an LRTP project number 1034 for funding consideration to include the roundabout at DeSoto and a 10-foot multi-use trail for Mark's sub-allocated federal funding.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions? We have Mike here to answer. No questions? We have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 5 is 2024 Pavement Preservation Program, which is the mill and overlay bids. The bids for the 2024 mill and overlay project were solicited, opened, and read out loud at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday, March 27, 2024. The Capital Improvement Fund has $800,000 allocated for this project. Public Works recommends accepting the base bid from JM, is that Fahey Construction?
J.M. Fahey, yeah.
Fahey
Yep.
Construction of $733,907.80, with the alternate number 4 at $10,000. So I need a motion to accept the bids and unit prices as presented and award the 2024 mill and overlay project base bid and alternate number 4 Mary Street Crosswalk bid to JM Fahey Construction. Total project cost 5% contingency not to exceed $781,104.
So
Move.
moved.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one?
Has this company ever done work for us before, Lansing?
It has not been in recent time that Fahey's done a mill and overlay with us. Little Joe's has been predominantly, but Fahey has bid in the last.
I know he has bid. I just don't know if he did some other kind of work for us before.
We don't have any direct experience with the Fahey construction.
All right, thank you.
I think the main difference is they make their own asphalt.
They have a lot of internal stuff when you look at their bid that they do internally and do not subcontract. So yes, that could be. Little Joe's has been very competitive. Fahey has been a participant, and so we don't have any exception to their bid. So we would recommend.
There was a
proceed.
plant down on Inland Drive, and it's a pretty big plant, so they got a pretty
Yeah.
big operation.
Yeah.
This is the first time Little Joe's hasn't gotten it, right?
In my tenure, that is correct. There is some records in the past where they have not got it, but I can only think of one time in the last 8 to 10 years that we can
I
find
don't
the
remember
record.
since 2009, so.
Okay.
Anything else? No? I have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 6 is 2024 Archdiocese Edition Lot 2 purchase. The St. Francis de Sales has offered to sell Lot 2 of the Archdiocese Edition, a 37.37 acre lot, to the city. This lot is located at the corner of DeSoto and West Mary Street and offers an opportunity for the city to be the controlling interest of the development of the north side of West Mary Street from DeSoto to Bittersweet. The agreement between the city and the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Kansas City in Kansas is for $67,000. So I need a motion to approve the purchase of Lot 2 of Archdiocese Edition for a total of $67,000 from the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Kansas City in Kansas and authorize the mayor to sign.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one? No? Call the roll.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
I must abstain.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Motion passed. Item number 7 is Leavenworth County Humane Society. At the March 28th work session, there was a discussion about updating the contract with the Leavenworth County Humane Society. While there was agreement that further negotiations to the contract need to take place, there was consensus that the city could begin waiving sewer fees to reduce some of their fixed costs. LCHS paid a total of $1,701 in sewer fees in 2023. So I need a motion to waive the sewer fees for the Leavenworth County Humane Society.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this one? No? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Yes.
Mr. Stednica,
Yes.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Major,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey.
Yes.
Motion passed. Reports. Anything from the division heads? Got a lot of them here tonight. It's good to see. City Attorney,
Nothing to report, Mayor.
City Administrator.
So I think you guys probably noticed the bids for the CIP were quite a bit less than we were anticipating. One of the things that we were looking at doing was replacing a lot of the curb along Center Drive. If you guys go up and down Center Drive, you can see a lot of the concrete there is really kind of falling apart. So we were looking at trying to get a number from Weaver because technically they're still under contract for that renovation of when they did the lights and removed the islands and everything. So we were going to talk to them to see if we can get a unit cost on replacing some of the concrete on Center Drive. So let me know, I guess, if you guys have any thoughts on that. But that's one of the things that we would use some of those savings for. But we'll bring that back to you guys once Weaver gets us a number. So any
Do it.
thoughts on that?
Yes.
Follow up with Weaver on that? Okay.
I guess my thought about that is, if it's an area where we're going to eventually put a driveway, is it worth it to replace the curb?
So, and actually, there's a couple of places where we're kind of anticipating curb cuts and driveways where we'd probably have them form a curb cut.
Okay.
So yeah, some of those areas we're kind of aware of. So yeah,
Good
that's a good point though. So, yeah. It was pretty exciting to see the layout of the new pool coming along late last week. So just a reminder to you all, if you're able, Tuesday, 4 p.m., we'll do a groundbreaking ceremony for that. So if you're able to, please do try to attend that. It should be kind of a neat deal. And, you know, just a couple other things just to clarify, because I think sometimes maybe people aren't all on the same page. None of the pool is in the floodplain. I think that's something that's floating around. None of the pool is in the floodplain.
And we're going to have a parking lot, right?
Yeah, there will be a parking lot. I can promise you there will be a
I know
parking
it will,
lot.
but that's
Won't be under
I heard a rumor that's how we're going to get our water, because when it floods, it fills up the pool.
Yeah, there were some pretty.
interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting reading
So
some
you're
of that.
going to take down all the trees too. I saw that. No trees existing.
Yeah.
You know.
You know,
Saw that post too, that we're going to wipe out every tree known to man, and that's not.
and
even
that's
working.
not true.
That's not
And
true either.
you know, if you look at that whole area, because it's separated by the creek, but that whole area is 30-something acres. The pool site's around 7 or so. So there's going to be a lot of space left for wildlife, for green space, or whatever. So
And we always have them save as many trees as possible.
Oh, yeah.
On the plan.
absolutely.
Jason's good at that. So.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to clarify that. Anybody who watches this video, anybody you guys talk to, just to clarify that, because I think there is some misinformation out there. Councilman Major, Councilman Clemens, and I had a joint work session with representatives from the townships last night. Overall, I thought it was a really positive meeting, positive discussion. We're continuing to work towards finalizing a contract where we would all be able to continue working together. One of the things I brought up last night that I think we tossed around at one point, but I think it's a good idea. They tossed out the idea of ensuring the contract is 10 years. I think part of the thought process that they were saying is that's beneficial for their staff, so their staff knows they're not going to be a ping pong ball going back and forth. And also, it's good for our residents, good for the residents of the townships, knowing there's some consistency. So that was one of the things that the townships threw out, was a 10-year contract. And it seemed like we were pretty agreeable to that at the meeting. Another thing that's come up was discussion on the assets. This came up at an earlier meeting. And so far, the discussion on that had been, it might be confusing if we're all working together, but they own some assets and we own some assets. So we did talk a little bit about, once all of the appraisals are done, the city would potentially acquire their assets. So if one rural entity receives a pumper truck, we would find out what the appraised value for that is and purchase that from them. So all of the equipment would be property of the city. The one exception to that would be the High Prairie Station. They would retain ownership of the High Prairie Station, but we would continue to use that for fire purposes for the rural areas. So those are some of the highlights. We're anticipating our appraisal of the assets to be complete next week, and the next meeting that we have with them is April 29th. So with that, I mean, Councilman Clemens or Councilman Major, is there anything you guys want to add regarding that meeting last night?
The only thing that surprised me in the whole meeting was when they asked about us retaining the fire themselves. And I know that we assured them that is our intent and hope that all of them do come over with
Oh, yeah.
them. I don't know if we maybe need to state that a little bit more forcefully, that we're not replacing anybody. We want to bring them on over
And
en masse.
we've said it several
We've done
times.
that
Yeah.
in 2000.
Well, and I
Actually,
know, yeah, just
actually
just
said
a
it
week-
at their fire meeting.
Yeah, just
fire
a
board meeting too.
yeah, just a week and a half ago, Mayor went to their board meeting and said that. So
We'll just keep saying it.
yeah,
I mean,
we can keep getting that
Some
point
point
across. Yeah, but no, that's
I don't, yeah, it's,
yeah, but we can keep
we've been
affirming.
saying it from day one.
Yeah, I don't know how much more clear we can be on that.
Well, and I don't know if I think a majority of the people there last night were aware of that, but maybe
Yeah.
one or two of them weren't.
Yeah,
But,
I think it's just one that was
Yeah.
asking,
but
not, because the rest of them all knew.
yeah.
And we don't have that many. We
Yeah, that
have
makes
less
sense.
than 7 total
Sure.
right now, so
Yeah.
not hard. We got to grow fast.
But yeah, I would say overall it was a really positive discussion, and I feel optimistic after last night.
I know I said this 2 weeks ago. I'll say it again. It's absolutely amazing the quality of our city administrator and how he's so smart and articulate on this contract and where we're going and how we're getting there and how well he works with the townships. I mean, we're all professionals and we're all getting along so well in all these meetings. It's absolutely amazing, and I can't thank Tim enough for his leadership and Brian and Tom Dowles and the other team there from Delaware and High Prairie. Yep, I hope we get this thing wrapped up pretty quick, but everything is working friendly. Everything makes perfect sense. Yeah, let's write that in. Let's do that. So, thanks, Tim.
You
Yeah,
know,
thank you.
Marcus,
Yeah.
right before the meeting, you're dogging Tim to me on the park. I can't take it.
But what you don't see is him sitting next to me kicking my
Yeah,
leg.
yeah.
Is that
I
it?
know.
Is that all you had, Tim?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, we'll go around the horn. Pete, you're first.
I just want to make a comment about the solar eclipse that's going to be on Monday. Just ask that all our people be careful out there, be cognizant of your surroundings, and be careful with your eyes. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Pete. Ann?
Just to echo again to all the Citizens Academy participants, we appreciate it. And spread the good word, and you probably will be called upon because we've got a number of volunteer positions that come vacant from time to time. That's everything there.
All right, thanks, Carrie.
I don't have anything, Mayor.
All right. Thanks, Carrie. Don?
I don't really have anything except congratulations to our Academy graduates.
All right, thanks, Don. Gene?
I just will thank the people that took the class. It can be very eye-opening. I don't think most people have a clue what it takes to run a city. So appreciate you doing that. And that's all I have.
All right. Marcus?
Yeah, I just did. Thanks, and husband and wife here. You know that takes a lot. Congratulations, and thanks a lot for all you're
They're
doing.
inseparable.
Yeah.
They do everything.
Yeah, congratulations to the Lansing City Academy, and I can't thank the volunteers that continue to take this class as we offer it. Says a lot, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, if the folks are free to volunteer to some of our boards that are needed, we'd love to have volunteers. That's all I've got, Mayor.
All right,
I've
thanks.
got 5 kids with one on the
Marcus? Jesse?
4.
Ditto. Congratulations on all the graduates. You know, everybody on the council pretty much has to take the same class you guys did, but you guys at least get plaques. We don't get plaques. But congratulations. We're happy that you guys get to participate with the city and find out what all it takes to run a city and some of the decisions we have to make. So it really helps enlighten people to what we have to do up here. So thank you. Groundbreaking on the pool is Tuesday, right? Yeah. So hope we have a good turnout for that.
Tuesday at 4.
What's that?
Tuesday at 4.
Tuesday at
Yep.
4, yep, okay. And with that, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn, but before we do that, use Jesse's stipend and get him a plaque, all right? Okay. Call roll.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes?
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Studnicka?
Yes.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Major?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
We are adjourned.